Bonjour, my fellow wanderers. Melody Nomad here, wandering through the heart of Paris, the city of lights, love, and endless inspiration. You know, as I walk these cobblestone streets, I can't help but think of one of history's most brilliant and misunderstood artists, Vincent van Gogh. Van Gogh wasn't just a painter, he was a philosopher, a dreamer, and a rebel in his own right. Today, I want to share some of his timeless quotes with you. And as I reflect on them, I'll connect them to scenes from movies that capture their essence. So, grab your sketchbooks and let's paint this journey together. The first one, art and expression.
What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything?
Van Gogh's words remind me of Dead Poets Society. Remember when Mr. Keating's students, one by one, stood on their desks to defy conformity? That wasn't just rebellion, it was bravery, creativity, and individuality coming alive. Paris, too, is a city of courage. Every artist, writer, and musician who has walked these streets dared to attempt something extraordinary. Just think, what would life be if Van Gogh hadn't picked up his paintbrush, or if those students hadn't seized the day? Now I'll ask you, what's one bold thing you've always wanted to try? Think about it. You might be one courageous step away from creating your masterpiece. Then number 2, passion for painting.
I dream my painting and then I paint my dream.
This quote takes me straight to The Shape of Water. Elisa, the quiet dreamer, painted her world with courage and imagination. Loving the amphibious creature wasn't logical or conventional, but it was her dream, and she painted it into reality with every daring step. And isn't that what Van Gogh did? His paintings weren't snapshots of reality, they were his dreams poured onto canvas. Right here in Paris, I feel the same urge to turn dreams into something tangible, whether it's a song, a story, or even a new adventure. Number 3, nature and beauty.
If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere.
This makes me think of Avatar. Do you remember Jake Sully's awe when he first saw Pandora? The glowing forests, the whispering leaves, the majestic creatures. It was a world alive with beauty. Van Gogh, too, saw the extraordinary in the ordinary. He didn't just paint fields, he painted their soul. And here, walking along the Seine, I'm reminded that beauty is all around us, waiting to be seen. What's the most beautiful place you've ever been? Let me know. I might just visit it. Number 4, perseverance.
Great things are done by a series of small things brought together.
This quote belongs to The Pursuit of Happiness. Chris Gardner's journey from homelessness to success wasn't a single grand gesture. It was hundreds of small, relentless steps forward. And Van Gogh's art was the same. Each brushstroke, each swirl of color, together they created masterpieces. And here in Paris, I see how the small things add up. The quiet cafes, the artists sketching by the river, the notes of an accordion drifting through the air. So, if you're feeling stuck, remember, it's the small steps that lead to the big dreams. Now, number 5.
What is done in love is done well.
In The Theory of Everything, Stephen Hawking's brilliance and Jane's devotion were fueled by love. Together, they created something extraordinary. Van Gogh painted with love. Love for the stars, the fields, and the people he saw. And here in Paris, surrounded by art and history, I feel it too. Love fuels creativity, and creativity transforms the world. Number 6, isolation and loneliness.
One may have a blazing hearth in one's soul, and yet no one ever comes to sit by it.
This quote aches like her. Theodore had so much love and creativity to give, but his connection with Samantha, an AI, only deepened his loneliness. Van Gogh's hearth blazed, but in his lifetime, few sat by it. Now, millions flock to his art, his legacy. It's a reminder, don't wait too long to share your light. Who knows whose life you might brighten? 7. Life and struggle.
Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow on it.
This is Forrest Gump in a nutshell. Forrest's life was anything but normal, yet it blossomed with love, adventure, and impact. Paris, too, is a city that thrives off the unconventional. So wander off the paved roads. Who knows what wild flowers you'll find? 8. Embracing the ordinary.
There is nothing more truly artistic than to love people.
This one makes me think of Little Women. The March sisters didn't need grand gestures or luxury to create a life full of beauty. Their love for each other, their simple joys, like Meg's dreams of family or Joe's passion for writing, were works of art in themselves. Here in Paris, I see this truth everywhere. From the laughter shared over coffee in a tiny cafe to the artists painting by the Seine. Love is what transforms ordinary moments into masterpieces. What ordinary moments in your life feel like art? Cherish them. They are your own brushstrokes on the canvas of life. 9.
The fishermen know that the sea is dangerous and the storm terrible, but they have never found these dangers sufficient reason for remaining ashore.
Doesn't this remind you of Life of Pi? Pi Patel faced the relentless storms of the ocean and the threat of a tiger, yet he never gave up. His journey wasn't just survival, it was hope, navigating the impossible. Van Gogh's words resonate deeply here in Paris, too. Every dreamer, every artist who's dared to take risks has faced their own stormy seas. But without setting sail, there'd be no discoveries, no art, no stories to tell. So, what's your storm? Whatever it is, don't stay ashore. The journey is worth it. 10. Color and emotion.
I have nature and art and poetry, and if that is not enough, what is enough?
This takes me back to midnight in Paris. Gill's magical nights with Hemingway, Picasso, and the Fitzgeralds were filled with art, poetry, and the enchantment of the city. Van Gogh's words remind us that sometimes the simplest things, nature, art, and a good story, are all we need. Standing here in Paris, surrounded by so much history and beauty, I feel like I'm walking through one of those magical nights. What's your enough? Take a moment to think about it. It might already be with you. 12. Emotions in art.
I put my heart and my soul into my work, and I have lost my mind in the process.
This is Black Swan in one sentence. Nina's relentless pursuit of perfection consumed her, but in the end, her performance was transcendent, both beautiful and tragic. Van Gogh, too, poured his soul into his art, often at the cost of his own peace. But isn't that the power of true art? It takes us to the edges of emotion, where beauty and madness intertwine. Standing here in Paris, I wonder, what would you risk losing your mind for? Maybe it's your greatest masterpiece, waiting to be born. Love, 4 stars.
For my part, I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me dream.
This quote sparkles like Interstellar. Cooper's journey through space wasn't just about science. It was about the awe and wonder that the stars inspire in us all. Van Gogh painted the stars as if they were alive, as if they were dreaming too, and here in Paris, under the night sky, I feel that same pull. The infinite possibilities of the universe reminding us to keep dreaming. When was the last time you looked up at the stars and let them guide your imagination? Hope amid struggles.
The beginning is perhaps more difficult than anything else, but keep heart, it will turn out all right.
This takes me straight to The Martian. Mark Watney's struggle to survive on Mars started with overwhelming odds. He was stranded, alone, and every solution seemed impossible. But, step by step, he turned his hopeless situation into triumph. Van Gogh knew what it meant to face difficult beginnings. His art didn't gain recognition until long after his time, but he kept painting, kept hoping. Whatever you're starting, whether it's art, a dream, or a new journey, remember, keep heart, my friend. It will turn out all right. Finding beauty.
I often think that the night is more alive and more richly colored than the day.
La La Land captures this perfectly. Those dreamy night scenes, the observatory, the cityscape shimmering with possibility, feel more alive than the brightest day. Van Gogh painted the night with colors that danced, as if he saw a secret vibrancy hidden in the shadows. And here in Paris, with the city lights reflecting on the Seine, I feel it too. What's your favorite night memory? Hold on to it. It might just be your richest inspiration. Merci for joining me on this journey through Van Gogh's words and the movies that bring them to life. Paris has taught me that life, like art, is a canvas waiting to be painted. So, what will you create? What story will you tell? Whatever it is, pour your heart into it, and it will be a masterpiece. Until next time, keep wandering, keep dreaming, and keep painting your world with courage.